Hello everyone. Today, World Talent Economy Forum, we have another important session with Mr. Rykon Volta, and he is an author, and he has a very interesting topic and write up and everything. And today we will understand how to write, and most importantly, he has a very creative mind, very innovative minds, and he can bring a very interesting story for the audience. So today we will listen from him and from his experience. So hello, Mr. Rykon Volta, how are you?
Excellent. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you. So welcome our World Talent Economy Forum sessions, and we want to know more about you as well as about your write-up. And if you can share some of your insight, it will be very interesting for us.
Greetings. My name is Rykon Volta. I am the author of Arondite, which is the first novel of the Artilect Protocol trilogy. It is a novel about three space pirates who fall in league with a resistance group called the Artilect Brotherhood on a mission to the asteroid belt to recover something called the Arondite ship. The Arondite ship has information on it about an ancient artificial intelligence that escaped Earth 500 years before, when the Earth was destroyed in a nuclear holocaust, and the resistance group must avoid the powers that be, who would have them executed for modifying themselves with cybernetic technology based on the terms of the tyrannical Artilect Protocol, which says any human who modifies themselves with genetics, cybernetic enhancement, or researches into the creation of artificial general intelligence must be put to death, and that all nations, that any nation who, or a group of people who defies the Artilect Protocol, any nation that follows the Artilect Protocol must enter an alliance with all other nations and go to war against the one defying the Artilect Protocol.
Okay, like you have an interesting story. Like when you write your novel and you write your book, how you take preparations, how you make your inside story, and what the interesting like things you want to share with our audience. Like when you write your novel, what type of experience you get?
So I guess I've been blessed with a talent for writing. I just pick up my pen and go to work. I don't have any college experience or anything like that. I just do it. I wrote the Artilect Protocol largely with the intent of encouraging transhumanist trends of thought to give a more positive spin on artificial intelligence and to create a society that is very anti-transhumanistic, where the protagonists are a resistance against the Terran force that would seek to keep us from the natural course of evolution that transhumanism seeks to fulfill.
Okay, interesting. But example, you are a writer. Why you choose this way? What the behind the scene actually story? Why you choose to write this book?
So it only came to me to write the story when I was inspired, and the fact that writing stories comes so easily to me means I think I should follow my talent and continue writing.
Okay. This is interesting that you follow your talent, but like how you recognize that as a writer you can give better outcome. As a writer, you can be more effective and efficient. And like everyone has their own profession. So as a profession, I want to know more in USA, how effective, like if I choose, let's say any of our audience, any of our young people, they choose that they want to be writer. Is it good decisions? What do you think? Is it helpful for their career? Is it helpful for their future plan?
I think when it comes to the creation of art or anything like that, it's the question you should ask yourself is, do you have a passion for it? Does it make you happy to do it? It's a, I mean, some authors get rich. I'm not one of those yet. But I would encourage anybody who wants to write a story to pick up their pen and start writing a book.
Mhm.
It's free to do if you just have a pen and paper or a laptop or even a smartphone.
Mhm.
But
Oh,
if you can just take action towards following whatever your dream is, you should take affirmative action and follow your dreams. That's my opinion.
okay, I want to know more about the book. Like, can you give us a small like abstract of your book? Like by this way, our audience can track that it will be really helpful for them. And I know that you are a big fan of transhumanism. So can you relate how your book actually helpful for this transhumanism concept?
So I mean, the thing about art is a lot of people are influenced by art in our society. So the media that is output into the mainstream affects the political viewpoints and worldviews of very many people. So if you create art that spreads a certain idea, you are actually helping to propagate that idea. It's like Richard Dawkins in The Selfish Gene talked about memes, the meme space, how memes replicate a lot in the same way that genes replicate. You spread an idea to a person, that idea has been replicated into your mind, and basically you have been seeded with a the offspring of somebody else's idea in a way. The way when a cell goes through mitosis, it has replicated its genes.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. 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 This is one of the part. But example, for our audience, actually, how it will be helpful for them. Like example, if they read your book, what's the benefit of they will get? Or what the interesting things they will get from your book?
So the story is and about ancient artifacts. It is against the it is a resistance group hunting for an ancient hyper-intelligent machine against the backdrop of a brewing war between the Jovian Empire and the Martian Republic. It is a vast society spanning the entire solar system with a socio-political dynamic created by me where the Earth is a radioactive wasteland. If you like science fiction, if you like reading fiction in general, you'll probably enjoy my story. If
Okay.
what you want is a nonfiction description of transhumanism or anything like that, you might prefer a nonfiction book like Ray Kurzweil's The Singularity is Near, which is what made me a transhumanist in the first place.
Mhm. Okay. I want to know, like, example, about the transhumanism concept or the philosophy in USA and like this kind of country, how actually transhumanism concept grow, how it works, and how it relates to your novel and your writer.
Well, I became a transhumanist when I read in high school when I read Singularity is Near. I know that transhumanism is being spread by a lot of different groups, including the United States Transhumanist Party, um, and other internet groups. Um, Maybe other people would be better to ask about how transhumanism is being spread currently throughout my country.
Mhm.
But I think transhumanism is the logical next step in evolution. I think that it is only right that we should try to use our God-given ingenuity to redefine our own design in our own image, because that is exactly what the species was built for. We are an inventing species. We are created in God's image. We are like gods. We are meant to tinker with our own design. We are meant to reprogram our genes, and we are meant to create artificial intelligence to enhance ourselves to our will. It will increase prosperity, it will make us immortal, and it will increase our abilities in every conceivable way.
Okay, I want to know more, like example, in present science and technology, like in that pandemic situations, how actually science and technology can help us from overcome from this challenging situation. You are a writer, you have a engagement with the transhumanist concept and other things. What do you think? What's your idea?
I think that, inspired by a book called Abundance, The Future is Better Than You Think, um, I think that, based on materials I've read, that it is only logical that we will. Technology is already increasing human abundance in very many ways. We can use technology to up food production. We can use technology to provide cheap renewable power, increasingly so. Genetically modified crops are able to increase yields of food production and curb starvation. Um, the drive forward of technology will, as we proceed into the future over the next couple of decades, make material and other necessary resources completely abundant, in my belief, and we will be able to essentially create a utopia. Also, increasing artificial intelligence and using transhumanist tech to increase human intelligence with nootropics and other mind enhancing technologies that will develop in the future will increase our problem solving abilities
Mhm.
and allow us to solve all of society's major problems.
Mhm. Okay, understand. And present situation, actually, what the present condition in USA in COVID-19 period, and how actually USA trying to overcome from this situation? What's going on?
Um, COVID-19 epidemic is every time that there is an epidemic or anything catastrophic happening in the world, people go crazy. I think that the COVID-19 epidemic it's big to the world right now because it's current, but I think it will pass and society will just continue on the course of progress towards a technological singularity as it always has been doing. I mean, the Spanish flu, I believe, had more casualties than the COVID-19 has had so far.
Okay. This is interesting things. But beside that, I want to know more. Like example, you are a young and you are a young talented writer, and you have different mindset. You want to change your society with innovation, with creativity, with knowledge based contributions. What do you think? Why you think that this young community has better futures and better prospect, even if we live in this challenging situation?
Well, you're gonna find two. You're gonna find different types of people in the world. Some people
Mhm.
are optimists. Some people are pessimists. As humans, we do what we can to make the world a better place for us to live in. And some people believe that our future. I encounter a lot of pessimists in the world who believe that our future is very dark and that the world's
Mhm.
basically going to hell.
Mhm.
The point of optimism is to get over that negative mindset and keep doing things to push towards a brighter future for us all.
Mhm. Okay, understand. What's your future plan as an author? What's your future plan? What you want to do in futures? What's your target?
So for now, I'm going to continue writing the Artilect Protocol trilogy. The sequel's already halfway done. I do other projects as well, including computer programming. I know two programming languages on top of my writing.
Mhm.
Um, Also, I am working on creating an off grid transhumanist community with a couple of other people, including Jason Geringer, James Short, and Bobby Ridge. Those are the names of my colleagues in that project.
Okay, like what type of like projects you are working right now, like which will be helpful to solve different kind of problem, how you work, and when you build up your community inside USA, how you make it, and what's the way of making good networking and making good friends.
So we're trying to establish a transhumanist community where we will create a research institution, essentially that it will be completely crowdsourced is the basic idea behind it. And we will have laboratories basically geared towards transhumanist research with technology like CRISPR, the gene editing tool, a supercomputer that is geared towards research into artificial intelligence and robotics. I mean, we're still kind of laying the groundwork, so the project is still in its infancy.
Mhm.
Other than that, right now I'm mainly an artist, so I'm just creating stories that will entertain you and promote transhumanist concepts.
Mhm. Why? Like example, you are young, you are talents, and why you attach with transhumanism, and what's actually positive things you want to share about this transhumanism concept?
So, as I've said before, I believe that transhumanism is the right course of evolution, that we should strive to modify ourselves with genetic engineering, cybernetics, and mind uploading, ultimately mind uploading into computers of our own creation, because it will enhance our intelligence greatly, it will make us immortal, and it will increase our strength in many ways.
Yes, yes. I understand. Beside that, do you have a plan to visit, let's say, Asia and Africa and Asia Pacific? Do you visit before, or do you have a plan for future?
I may I may travel the world in the future, but right now it's not in my immediate to-do list. It's not something I'm gonna do in the next year.
Mhm. Okay, interesting. So, what the interesting view you want to share with our young community? Because we have many professionals from around the world. We have people from a different arena. So, what the interesting things you want to share with them?
I guess I would say explore science, explore art, explore your own creativity, find yourself. Um, Find what makes you happy and plan your future accordingly.
So besides that, what you want to do, what you want to do, what's your plan, what's your targets, and what the message you want to share with our audience. Do you have any specific audience? Because you are a writer, you have to be creative, you have to be positive, you have to be influential, you have to give something message which is actually attract about your concept. They have to think positively about your book. What the interesting thing you want to share?
So I think that Hollywood overdoes in the AI as evil villain trope, like Terminator, The Matrix. All of those are stories that paint AI as evil demons that are going to destroy all of humanity. But I think that the media needs a lot more pro transhumanist tropes in them that make people less afraid of artificial intelligence and its implications for the future of humanity. And I'm going to continue writing my books because that is my primary passion. Um, Other than that, I hope you consider reading my novel that explores different futuristic and transhumanist tech, and also explores a society that has not yet developed warp drive, but is an interplanetary society spanning the entire solar system.
Mhm.
fiction novel is designed mainly to entertain, although it was written with transhumanism in mind. And know that you can buy it on Amazon for $12.99 for the paperback edition and $3.99 for the Kindle edition.
Okay, like example, you why example Asian community. Let's say I'm from Malaysia. Asian community will buy your book. Like I want to relate with the cultural issues from like example from Asia to USA, and I want to understand that like how it will be helpful for the young community. Yes, I understand you write something relevant on AI, relevant on computer chip, and different kind of technological aspect. But how example my question is that how it will be helpful for the young community, what's the benefit? Because when I think even I'm also from academia, when a writer he writes something, he needs some commitment, he needs some sort of objective. So what's your ultimately objective as a writer?
I mean, when it comes down to it, fiction writing is one of the arts, and art is designed mainly for aesthetic value. It is an important aspect of being human to find ways to entertain yourself and find beauty in the world. So we create art to create more beauty. Um, it is up to you if you want to enjoy art or if you might be a scientist who has absolutely no time to do things for entertainment. There are plenty of people in the world out there who would love to read a science fiction novel, who already read fiction novels, who might have time to read novels based on transhumanist concepts with your audience. Um, so it's more of an aesthetic thing. It's read it for a good time, read it to enjoy dreaming about a futuristic society, read it to enjoy imagining what the future of transhumanism could hold.
Okay, okay. My next question is that next time, let's say you get an opportunity that you have to write book on different concept. You have to write book on different cultures. Let's say Asian culture or African culture or South Asian culture or China culture. Do you take this challenge? And why you take these challenges? If your question is answer is yes.
I mean, I think I would only write stories that speak to me. I write what I want to write.
Mhm.
I am I don't really write for other people. I write based on what I want to write in my heart. If there is a broad audience who likes science fiction and I'm trying to reach out to those people and introduce my book.
Mhm.
But I don't see myself writing about anything that I don't care about.
Mhm. Mhm. Yes, but example, every community has different tastes and flavors, and yes, science has demand. Like if you write for yourself, this is good. But what's the social contribution with your book? Like how you want to contribute in your community through your book, and how actually it will be helpful for your community.
Well, I think anybody who creates art is already making culture far more rich, and artists should be encouraged. I have encountered some people who are extremely serious and try to suggest that art is not important, but I think art is extremely important for society.
Okay, okay, very good. So, what are the cultural things you want to share with us from USA? What's the USA culture? What are the different things you want to share with our audience? What I learned from your cultures and everything.
Um, I kind of write based on what's inside of my own head, my own personal internal inspiration.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, American culture is what American culture is. I don't really know
Mhm.
what's special about it. I mean, I value my nation's constitution. I value the Bill of Rights. I value some of the libertarian philosophies that my nation was founded upon.
Mhm.
And that's about all I would have to say about my country. That I'm patriotic because of the values that it put forward, and I think you should all be free and do what makes you happy and ultimately strive to design for yourself a life that fits you and brings you internal happiness and one that you want.
Mhm.
I think that's what my culture, oh, that's what
Mhm.
United States culture was founded upon. The idea that we should have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, the right
Mhm.
to all of those things.
Mhm. So you are a big fan of science and technology. So what will happen next few years about the science and technology? How it improve? How it change human life? What's your concept? What do you think?
Being inspired by Rick Kurzweil's The Singularity is Near and recognizing that he made a lot of accurate predictions about the future, I believe that in the next 10 years we will make huge developments in mapping the human brain. We'll make huge developments in virtual reality technology. I believe that we will make futurism more accessible. We'll probably develop immortality within the next couple of decades. We will probably map the human brain. We will increase robotics development, most likely.
Mhm.
Largely, the future is undetermined, but it is following a general exponential trend that is to an extent predictable.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, understand. Like in this COVID-19 situation, like what do you think? How actually science will help in these challenging situations? What do you think about vaccine? What will happen?
I think we'll find a vaccine eventually soon enough. I think that I think in a year or two that the COVID-19 will be a thing of the past. I it's a present catastrophe that is very unfortunate. I do not think the ramifications of the coronavirus are really as bad as people think. Every time a major catastrophic event happens in the world, there is an uprising of hysteria, but this too shall pass. That's what I think about that.
Mhm. Okay, very good. What the message you want to share with our audience? Uh, 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 like, uh, like, do you have any remarks? Do you have any thought? Do you have any things you want to share?
Um, I wish all of you great success, and I wish all of you a brilliant future in a technological singularity where you will be advanced to something far more powerful than the human being can imagine as it is when you upload your mind. I wish you all well in the pursuit of your own dreams. I wish you happiness and long life, and here's to living forever in the future.
Okay, thank you. This is actually very good discussion and very nice discussions. You come up with a different idea and different thought. But example, if we know more about your book, it will be interesting, and hopefully, by this way, we can learn more about you. We can learn more about concept, and hopefully, by different kind of activities with your projects, with your book and with your dream, you will be more successful, and you get more of the more beautiful life, and you help more of your community, and that is the things I can wish from my side. So thank you for your valuable time, and thank you for your valuable guideline and advice. So we learned a very interesting thing, that how actually the present world, like we can think about science and technology, and wish you all the best, because you are helping transhumanism party, and you are involving with them, you are developing your own community, and you trying to help them. So hopefully we will build a better community, we will build a better citizen, and by this way we can solve all of the difficulties, and we can solve all of the problems around the world. And wish you best of luck, and wish you more success. So the concluding remarks, what you want to share, the concluding remarks with our audience.
I'm sorry?
What the concluding remarks you want to share? Like, do you have any concluding remarks for this session?
Just remember, you can buy Arondite on Kindle for $3.99, or buy it on Amazon in paperback form for $12.99 US.
Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's a very nice discussions, and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye
For having
bye.
me.
Okay, bye bye.